is X. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Thtman.x. See, I'm back with another reaction video. Today we are reacting to disturbing cult still hiding on YouTube today. This is kind of scary, eerie, because I be making YouTube vids, as you see. If you're watching this video, it's on YouTube. We're gonna be reacting to the disturbing cults that be on YouTube that's hiding. Are they hiding in plain sight? Or are they hiding? I don't know. I seen this, it attracted my eye, and I feel like you would like to learn about this also. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. I'm Thtman.x, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and He could be yours if you accept Him. He's very good.
Leonardo da Vinci, I see him.
I see him also.
Hi.
Oh, you're joining a cult? Well, yeah, but the cult I want to be part of. This cult's awesome.
I think these kinds of classes help a lot of people, and there's not usually anything wrong with them, but unfortunately this one happens to be a full-fledged cult.
Millions of people.
Before this gets started, man, it look like we're in for a treat. I'm about to get some juice. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Oh! I got my lemonade. This is my first time having this lemonade, and I downed it. I ain't gonna lie, I had it for probably about like a week now, or coming on a week. Very, very good. And I got a mini fridge in my room. It's like, it made it so cold, like it just tastes really, really good. And I'm gonna continue to buy this.
Stumbled across these YouTube channels searching for peace, purpose, or a way out of pain. But what they got sucked into is much darker. One cult claimed that a pill could turn people into gods. Another group bowed and kissed their leader's feet. And one case got so disturbing that viewers launched a real-life rescue mission to save someone they'd never met. These are disturbing cults still hiding on YouTube today. As usual, the goal, guys, is 2.5 million subscribers by the end of 2026. It is crazy, so it would mean the world if you subscribe, and I will do. Cult leader claims he can change the weather. It talks about a man named Massaro. He was accused of turning a YouTube channel into a cult. Things became more.
You know what this remind me of? This remind me of the people that think that they can channel. They think that they can channel their powers by like airbending with like aluminum foil. I could do that if I could just blow the wind the right way. Is gonna move, duh. But you know what freaked me out one time though? I did see somebody, like, they brought the water. It's like they did it with a water bottle. Like, they did their air power, blew it, and then they made it come back. That freaked me out. I don't know if they had a fan in the back that blew it back, but they did something. I was like, hold up, they might be in channeling something we don't know about. But
serious when one of his followers lost their life. Police even reviewed Bentinho's spiritual teachings during their investigation. Here's how it unfolded. When Bentinho was 18, he traveled to India to study yoga and meditation. While he was there, he claimed he had a spiritual awakening. Years later, he created a YouTube channel to share his spiritual insights. He said his content was for people who want.
I might have put this away. I can't drink it all. It's too good. I'll be right back. You got. Alright, no more pausing. No more pausing. I'm locked in. No more pausing.
To know themselves. There, he claimed he had a spiritual awakening. Years later, he created a YouTube channel to share his spiritual insights. He said his content was for people who wanted to know themselves at the deepest possible level and live a life of true fulfillment. He spoke directly to the camera and explained his spiritual ideas. But some of his claims stood out. For example, he once said he could control the weather with his mind.
Altering the weather is one fun, usually innocent example of how we can begin to explore some of that capacity. I've had, let's say, over 95% success with this one in particular.
Not everyone understood his teachings, but still felt compelled to keep following him.
I couldn't understand a word he was saying. I just had a feeling to just go deeper, just keep going.
Bentinho's channel reached 150,000 subscribers. As his audience grew, he created more material. Bentinho launched the Thtman Academy. It was an online school that taught his philosophy in more detail. Thousands signed up. At its peak, Thtman Academy was allegedly bringing in $60,000 per month from member subscriptions alone. Bentinho also hosted retreats where followers could meet him in person. They were often full.
In fact, it's about giving up everything you have for the sake of the vision.
Bentinho was very
So like, what is he teaching? Is he teaching how to channel your powers, or he's just giving prep talks like, if I was one of these people, like, if you know how to change the weather, how can I change the weather? You know what I mean? So like, what is he teaching with these little meetups?
Influential, but his next move is what made people label him a cult leader. In late 2016, Bentinho made an announcement. He wanted to buy a large piece of land and build a city in Sedona, Arizona. It would be an enlightened society where his followers could live together. To begin, he moved into a house in Sedona. Some of his followers joined him, but Bentinho required absolute loyalty. Some followers signed NDAs for $100,000 or more. That meant they could not speak out without serious consequences. In Sedona, the group began sharing its message. Everything was going well, but things were about to spiral out of control. A wave of scandals and controversies was coming, and it would get so messy that Bentinho would be investigated by the police. In late 2017, a reporter joined Bentinho's group for a month. She was conducting an undercover investigation. She observed their daily life, documenting everything she saw and heard. Then she published a blog titled Inside the Sedona Cult of Bentinho Massaro. It painted a disturbing picture. She called the group a legitimately dangerous real-life 21st century cult. She also made other serious claims. She said Bentinho acted inappropriately with female members. She revealed that followers were put on extreme fasts. Some went days with nothing but grape juice. But Bentinho said it had to be done.
He claimed that as their bodies became lighter, their density would decrease, which meant they could enter into enlightened areas.
She also described how their sleep was controlled.
He thought they should break up their sleep into shorter time periods. So not only were they failing to eat well, they were failing to sleep properly.
So
thousands read it, but the bad press didn't stop Bentinho. Soon after, he hosted a retreat called the Sedona Experiment 2. Over 150 people attended. They came to listen and ask questions. Attendees brought up the accusations from the article, including claims that the group was a cult. Surprisingly, Bentinho did not deny it.
During this questioning, he says, quote, like, okay, great, yeah, we're a cult. It doesn't change what we are. If you want to call that a cult, go ahead.
Eventually, he accepted the cult label by redefining it.
Right.
I don't really have a definition of cult, but you could break it down as curious and unconditionally loving tribe. CULT.
The attendees accepted his explanation. The retreat was going smoothly.
So he tried to manipulate. He tried to finesse it. I wonder how many people snapped when he said that. Like whenever he said what, I wonder how many people just like, You know, look, man, when it comes to people like this, man, like, I feel like we're saying, as humans, we're meant to worship. Like, we were built to worship. And through all that, that's why people go to things like this. They go to everything. You know, tarot cards, whatever they call it. They do little cultural things. They worship something. We were meant to worship God, but God blesses us with free will so we could do whatever we want. And that's why, yeah, man, and people, they just be worshiping anything, man. And they even worship this dude. They make him seem like he's a god. He's not a god. He don't know how to change the weather. Probably barely know how to change his drawers. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, you know. Man, worship God, man.
One attendee named Brent Wilkins left the retreat early. Brent was one of the most devoted members. After he left, no one saw him alive again. A few days later, Brent was found lifeless at the bottom of a cliff. Police identified him using his tag from the event. It was unclear what happened, so the police opened an investigation. As part of the research, officers reviewed footage from the cult. They found clips of Bentinho making alarming comments about life. Some of these teachings could push people in a dangerous direction. Police wondered if these ideas ideas played a role in what happened to Brent. So investigators questioned Bentinho about the clips, but he denied any responsibility. Bentinho said he was exaggerating for effect and wasn't serious. Brent's parents saw it differently. They blamed Bentinho's extreme teachings for what happened to their son. No charges were filed against Bentinho, but the incident, along with the article, brought negative publicity. Soon after, Bentinho transferred his operations out of Sedona. Reports say he moved out of the United States and returned to Holland. For a while, things were quiet, but the story was not over. In February 2022, another scandal surfaced. 3 high-ranking members left the group. They each posted statements on Instagram sharing how they became followers and finally broke free. And they accused Bentinho of mistreating followers. By speaking out, they broke their NDAs, but they didn't care. They wanted the world to know what happened inside the group. Despite all the bad press, the cult is still operating. Bentinho continues to share teachings via social media, and his Trinfinity Academy website is still live as of today, offering courses to people looking for meaning. The person in our next chapter believed she was sent to Earth by aliens, and somehow people believed her. Unicult. Unicult is a YouTube channel with nearly 3,000 subscribers, but it's no accident that they have the word cult in their name. The channel is linked to an unsettling group also called Unicult. They claim to be the religion of the future, and once you hear what they believe, it becomes hard to ignore. On their website, the group says they are dedicated to the promotion of joy. In interviews, they describe themselves as a communal framework for promoting joy. They repeat the word joy again and again, but that message of joy came from a dark past. The founder, Nicole, grew up in a small town in Colorado. In college, she struggled with deep emotional issues. It was overwhelming. So Nicole says she changed the way she viewed life.
The way I feel.
I guarantee that she watches anime. I guarantee that she watches anime. I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I used to have a very strong hatred for anime. I don't hate her no more. But like, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the people that do a lot of weird stuff, they watch anime. If it's up to me, I'm banning anime. I'm just banning it. I ban it. Cause I'm the one person, like, I seen what it do to people, like I seen it. I had somebody I was really close with, bro. And then he turned into, like, I don't know, he was too deep in, like, he was going off track, like he was about to be something dangerous just off anime. I'm banning anime. Cause look, I guarantee she was doing one of the little dances, like right here.
So Nicole,
look right here.
In college, she's
right here. Look, come on, man.
Emotional issues.
Anime.
It was overwhelming. So Nicole says
anime.
She changed the way she viewed life.
Anime.
The way I feel.
I'm banning it.
The social narratives
and
and conventions,
I'm banning
they
it.
weren't serving me and they weren't making me happy. And not only that, but they weren't ever going to.
Nicole stopped following societal norms, so she started going by the name Unicole Unicron. She also claimed that she was an alien consciousness born into a human body.
Unicole is something called a starseed, placed here on Earth by a group of space beings called Arcturians.
I wonder what possessed her to make her come up with that thinking. Like,
others to find
what happened?
That's when she founded Unicult in 2012. She shared her ideas on YouTube, and today the Unicult channel has nearly 1,000 videos.
Hello, beloveds. Thank you for joining me for Cam Church. My name is Unicole Unicron. It is my honor to have your attention.
The videos explain various spiritual concepts. One of Unicult's core beliefs is belief makes real. This means if you believe something hard enough, it becomes your reality. The message resonated with many viewers, but joining Unicult required more than belief. There was a process. At one point, joining involved filling out a paper application you buy for $11.11 on Etsy. And according to reports from Vice, some members provided a drop of their blood for an initiation contract. Those who did this joined a private...
They got initiated through blood? This is demonic. They got you doing blood rituals to be an alien? You gotta do a blood ritual to believe you came from aliens? They don't even know what an alien look like. She probably don't even know how to speak alien. She probably barely know how to spell alien. You gotta do a blood ritual just to be a part of a friend group
on Etsy. And according to reports from Vice, some members provided a drop of their blood for an initiation contract.
Crazy.
Those who did this joined a private inner circle. They were promised access to secret knowledge. It's unclear how many members Unicult has, but the ones who speak publicly seem satisfied.
I've always felt like I've never really belonged to any certain group or really related to many people. Being in this space, it's truly a blessing.
Like you could look at certain people and tell like they're a part of certain things.
Which type of people join Unicult? The founder put it this way: the outcasts are generally the people who end up in Unicult because society doesn't look after them, so they're more ready to change the world. No one is rejected. On the surface, Unicult looks welcoming and positive, but not everyone sees it that way. Unicult openly seems to call itself a cult based on their name, and many people feel uncomfortable about this. But Unicron had a specific reason for using that term.
It's a barrier to entry. People who say, oh, I'm not going to join a cult, cults are bad, and they don't think deeper about it, they aren't ready for Unicult.
In other words, if the name scared you away, you were not meant to join. Unicron proudly calls herself a pop star cult leader, but many people clearly go against some of her claims, including the idea that she was an alien sent to Earth to spread joy. The criticism continued for years. Then in 2018, Unicult did something that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. They tried to launch a
robot rights. California cult leader starts crowdfunding campaign for consent-focused robot. She tried to make herself AI.
Unicult did something that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. They tried to launch a creepy project involving robots. Unicult launched a crowdfunding campaign called Eve's Robot Dreams. They wanted to build what they call the first consent-focused robot brothel in the world.
Oh, what do you mean consent though? Like you ready? Like they about to start hitting robots? That's how I know you watch anime. You gotta watch anime. Your mind can't be that too deep in. Like, how much of a gooner do you gotta be to where you're desensitized to human, then that you gotta hit a robot? Anime, I ban it. I blame anime.
Only after that could anything else happen. The idea was that the robot had to give consent before intimacy was taken further. Unicult tried to raise $155,000, but the crowdfunding failed. It raised less than $3,000. That was only about 1% of the target. The project never happened. Still, the story went viral. News outlets picked it up, and their report seemed to mock the group. However, Unicult ignored the backlash. This controversy became old news, and to this day, Unicult is still operating.
Bro, I just thought of something. Like, bro, what if you hitting a robot? I don't even want to. Sex before marriage is bad, but like, so what if you're hitting a robot and then the coochie malfunction, and then like you get trapped in, like, and it cut your wee off? It's over, and then it'll be all your fault because you was that horny to where you had to hit a robot.
Some members of this next group lost their lives, and the victims' families blame its leader.
Wow.
Actualize.org. This so-called cult believes an illegal substance is one of the fastest ways to experience God. And outsiders say that message is putting lives at risk. But it wasn't always like this. It started as a self-improvement channel on YouTube, and the man behind it was Leo Gura. In 2012, Leo Gura started a YouTube channel called Actualize.org. He posted videos about confidence, positivity, and self-acceptance. He said the goal was to help people improve their lives.
I'm not telling you just to accept yourself and then do nothing. I'm telling you to accept yourself. First of all, the act of accepting yourself is a doing.
Many viewers said his videos helped them. The channel quickly hit 1 million subscribers. To connect with his audience, Leo made a website also called Actualize.org. The site had a chat room where Leo could share deeper ideas with his followers. Thousands joined, and the chat room quickly became active. Followers interacted with Leo directly. At this point, Leo was no longer just a creator. He was influencing how people thought and acted. Then his message started to change. Leo slowly introduced more radical ideas.
This is my first time ever hearing about these people.
He told his followers that every person is God.
You're no longer in
a... He's one of those, man. He was one of those. Yeah, it's a lot of those people that make you think that you're a god. You're not a god. You're not a god. You are not a god. You are imperfect. It's impossible for you to be God. You are an imperfect human being. You have lied before. You have sinned before. our God doesn't know what's sin. Like he can't do it. If I look at you in your face, I will not die. If I look God in his face, I will die. I will eviscerate. You're not that powerful. You don't hold that much glory. You are not God. You can't walk on water? What do you can't depart the sea? You don't control the planets and you don't control, you don't have, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let me see you make a deer. Genuinely though, outside of combining the DNA, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the little, you know what I mean? You can't do that, bro. You can't. You're not God, bro.
State of consciousness per se. You are literally God.
No, you're not!
You're in full God mode.
Bro,
However, most people...
You're not God. You're not God. If I could beat you up in a fight, bro, I don't want to hear you talking about me that you God, bro. If
consciousness per se, you are literally God. You're in full God mode.
If you could die, you're not God.
People were not awake, and that was a problem. In his chat room, he repeated this idea of awakening.
Your awakening is incomplete. Your awakening is incomplete.
He told his followers they needed something to fully awaken, and that something was an illegal substance. In September 2016, Leo released a video where he explained that a specific substance was a shortcut to experiencing God.
The magic pill to enlightenment and God.
He gave a brief warning about the risks, but most of the video explained why people should try it anyway.
It's just a technology. That's what it is. And the question is, does this technology work? And the only way you can know is by trying it yourself.
Leo explained how he found the substance. He said he once had health issues that doctors could not cure. He turned to alternative methods. That search led him to psychedelics, which are obviously substances that alter a person's perception of reality. Leo found what he called a magic pill. He claimed it improved his health, and more importantly, it helped him reach enlightenment.
It's higher and higher and higher and higher until finally something cracks in your brain, and then enlightenment is had.
But he didn't stop at sharing his story. He encouraged viewers to try it too. This is where people started to get concerned. The substance he was recommending was classified Schedule 1 in the US, meaning it's considered illegal and highly dangerous.
Oh, you can't.
Ain't that a video game?
Sell it. You can't make it. You can't even have it in your possession.
Some viewers pushed back, but Leo told critics they needed to try it before judging. Remember, Leo had thousands of people in his chat room, and he believed his ideas, and some were willing to take the risk, no matter.
And then it's sad, bro, that people are like so weak-minded to where like they believe stuff like this, like they don't have. They're just so gullible, and they're just so weak. I'm not saying like they're just like little humans, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like it's so sad that they're so vulnerable, and just, you know, man, like people like that, like everybody needs a true relationship with God, but like no, it's no but. Like they just need a true relationship with Jesus Christ. Like if you're ever to that point of vulnerability, run to the one that could truly save you. Not a drug. Drugs can't save you. It's only going to dig you deeper into that hole, man. Don't listen to people like him either.
For the consequences. Multiple people reportedly tried the magic pill. For some, it did not end well. Between 2018 and 2022, 3 members of Leo's community allegedly lost their lives. A relative of one victim blamed Leo's teachings. They wrote all the spiritual jargon and ideas only hurt him and his family in the end. He was better off without it. Another story about the magic pill involved Connor Murphy. Connor was a YouTuber with millions of followers. He was also close to Leo, and Connor began using the substance. Connor uploaded videos where he seemed disconnected from reality. Leo saw what was happening and warned Connor on a live stream.
You're losing touch with consensual reality, and you're behaving in erratic ways, and it's going to cause problems.
It's unclear if
it's your fault,
but his case alarmed many fans. Meanwhile, Leo's influence continued to grow. His followers stayed active in the chat room. They discussed his teachings and reinforced each other's beliefs. Leo himself posted over 65,000 times on the chat room. He became the central authority. By this point, outsiders started using a new word for Leo and his followers, a cult. They pointed out several warning signs. Some followers treated Leo's ideas as the absolute truth, and they pushed back against anyone anyone who criticized him, and some reportedly put themselves in seriously risky situations based on his advice. Several YouTubers made videos calling Leo a cult leader. Still, nothing has slowed him down. Today, Leo is still active on YouTube. His forum now has over 34,000 members, and it continues to grow to this day. This next cult was so alarming that viewers tried to rescue one of its members. The Angelic Initiative. Some cults have hundreds of followers, but the Angelic Initiative was called a YouTube cult of two. It was a mother and her daughter. But what made this case disturbing was not the size. It was what viewers believed was happening behind the camera. The two members were Lynn McGonigal and her daughter, Jamie. Lynn, the mother, was the leader. She used to work as an accountant. Then in 1990, her brother passed away. After that, she said something strange happened.
So 3 weeks after he died, I was taking the junk mail to put it in the recycle bin in the laundry. Looked out the window and he was standing outside the window.
She claimed,
I'm not laughing at her loss, but it's like, what is she doing? Is she trying to nay-nay? If so, she ain't doing it right.
The junk mail to put it in the recycle bin.
It's like, what is she doing? Is she like, she gotta be strong. If she does this all day, her shoulders have to be brolic. She could probably bench she could probably rep 225 easy. If she is, I don't even want to hit that. It's probably something crazy. But she doing that all day? Like, she's not even speaking. Why is she just nay-naying all day?
In the laundry, looked out the window and he was standing outside the window.
She claimed her brother's ghost visited her at home. For that moment, Lynn believed she could communicate with the deceased. Over time, Lynn claimed more supernatural experiences. She spoke about guardian angels and spirit guides. She said she could help people come into alignment with their soul's life purpose. By 2012, she brought these ideas to YouTube. She created a series called the Angelic Initiative. In every video, Lynn appeared with her daughter, Jamie.
The time for hobbies was so long ago.
That time has come along.
They sat side by side in lawn chairs with their arms raised above their heads. They believed they were channeling angels and other spiritual beings.
And so what we do is...
I don't think that's how you channel them. I'm about to say, man, like, I don't know if y'all know about the Holy Spirit, but through accepting Jesus Christ, you get blessed with the Holy Spirit, and through that, you don't have to hit the nay-nay to talk to God. Like, you could just speak to him right now. We could speak to him at this current moment. At any time. Like, you could literally, saved or not, you could talk to God right now. You don't have to nay-nay to enchannel whatever you're trying to. This is false teaching. And then the theme I keep seeing is like people try like what is this? Ain't that like the voodoo? I don't even know. Hey man, they're teaching false teaching is like trying to find yourself. See, everybody's trying to find themselves. Your identity should be in Jesus Christ.
Pour the energy portal, stretch it through the clouds.
Over time,
dude, this is like you're enchanneling something, but it's not godly.
Then viewers started noticing problems. Some of Lynn's teachings felt unsettling.
We don't need any more humans. It is not okay for women to have babies and stop contributing to the process.
But the biggest concern was Jamie, the daughter. Viewers felt Lynn had too much influence over her. Instead of living her own life, Jamie was always beside her mother in videos. And she kept agreeing with everything, often repeating the statement, "That's true."
They don't want to ask the right questions, so they ask wrong questions and therefore get crazy answers.
That's true.
Other times, she simply repeated what her mom said.
Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci, I see him.
I see him also.
Hi.
Viewers later found her.
I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but like, you know, like Spectrum. I feel like she was born natural, and then like just being under that influence probably put her on the spectrum. Is that possible? So like you could be normal and then like downgrade yourself to the spectrum? Cause that's what it seemed like. I'm not even trying to be funny though. Like dead serious. I think she downgraded herself to the spectrum. Ain't Leonardo da Vinci like a painter, or is he an actor? He's one of them. You got DiCaprio and Da Vinci. They talking about they could see him like he an angel.
Old social media account. She used to joke around and talk about TV shows. Now, many viewers felt she was a shell of her former self. Eventually, the internet began a campaign to rescue her. The campaign to save Jamie began in 2019. That year, Lynn and Jamie were interviewed by a popular YouTuber named Pay Money Wubby. The interview made people even more concerned for Jamie. One comment called her brainwashed. Another said Jamie's transformation is actually super depressing. And one wrote, "I do feel bad for Jamie. She was normal. Brainwashing is strong." The hashtag #SaveJamie spread across the comment section. It took 3 years before any update came out. In 2022, the YouTuber who interviewed them posted on Reddit, "Jamie from Angelic Initiative is no longer in contact with her mother." But Jamie still held on to some of the beliefs. She said she was still talking about angels and doing these videos on her own now. Jamie even launched Patreon. She needed the Patreon subscription fees to help support her independent life away from the Angelic Initiative. No one knows what caused the split between Jamie and her mom, Lynn. Their two-person YouTube cult is now over, but Jamie's own channel is still up today.
That's a very clean armpit.
The woman in her next chapter built a following by targeting people at their most vulnerable. The Teal tribe.
That sounds like
people went on YouTube searching for help with emotional issues. That's how many of them found Teal Swan's YouTube channel. From the start, she made it clear that she wasn't a regular content creator. She said she had special abilities that helped her understand people's pain.
How do I have all this information? It's because of my sensory.
She's beautiful.
I'm not limited to this dimension or time-space reality.
Her videos had titles like How to Heal the Emotional Body and How to Get Rid of Anxiety. These titles were not chosen by chance. Teal studied what desperate people were searching for online. Then she built her videos around those exact topics.
I specifically try to go for tags and things like that that capture that audience. When you're in a desperate state, it's not sophisticated.
The strategy worked. Her channel grew to over 2 million subscribers, but the channel became more than just videos. Teal built a community beyond YouTube. She called it the Teal Tribe. But unlike on YouTube, advice inside the Teal Tribe was not free. She sold books, courses, and retreats. A single workshop could cost as much as $5,000. But the cost was not the biggest concern. The real issue was what people were being taught. At the center of the tribe's teachings was something called the completion process.
How long did it take to write a book?
Fame for being able to cure any and all childhood traumas, and especially to uncover any repressed childhood traumas that you have forgotten.
Followers were told to revisit their worst childhood memories, not just to remember them, but to relive them. They were told this would lead to healing. Some of her sessions were deeply unsettling.
You make up these fanciful, horrific tales of all sorts of disgusting, disturbing things, and you do it for hours and hours.
People started calling the Teal Tribe a cult, mainly because of their strange practices and devotion to their leader. There were also rumors that some members cut ties with their families. The group became harder to ignore. And finally, a team of filmmakers stepped in to expose the truth. In 2022, The Deep End was released on Hulu. It was a documentary about what was happening inside the Teal Tribe. It showed that some followers lived with Teal on her compound. These dedicated members were called the Inner Circle. They reportedly worked for her full time without pay. As the documentary continued,
they was just slaves. Oh yeah, boy, you know you brainwashed and you just being a slave when you don't gotta be a slave. They were just being slaves, just for the love of the game.
Became clear. Teal demanded complete loyalty. Inner Circle members were expected to be available 24/7 and put Swan first above even their family. They also had to sign a contract called the non-negotiable list. This meant they agreed to follow all of her rules without question.
The priority of the entire community is whatever's in the best interests of Teal. Everything else is second to that. You can't have personal boundaries.
This control extended into their personal lives. According to the documentary, some followers were discouraged from having children. There's a clip where Teal addresses this directly.
I can't be kept awake at 3 o'clock in the morning before an interview by a screaming baby.
All the girls here are on board. We're not having kids.
The documentary sparked strong reactions. Viewers left comments like, Teal is a perfect example of someone who's been drinking too much of their own Kool-Aid for too long. And Teal is a damaged person trying to help other damaged people in disturbing and unethical ways.
Just the blind leading the blind, bro.
There's
a whole lot of it around the
Teal
world.
posts
You can see it
regularly
everywhere.
on YouTube, and many people continue to appreciate her content and support her. Our next chapter is about a guru whose followers were so devoted that some kissed his feet. Muji Sangha.
Yeah.
Many people who watched this man's YouTube videos called him a living Jesus Christ, and that was the beginning
I was
of
literally about to say who you think is Jesus Christ. I knew he was about to say that.
this cult.
I knew
In
it.
2007, a spiritual teacher named Muji started a YouTube channel.
He's
His
a little
videos
Chinese
focused on
dude.
truth
That's
and
racist. I
self-awareness.
Thtman means
He's like
to
a black
associate
Chinese guy.
with truth. With means
Is he
to
blazing?
amar.
But people didn't just listen, they began to elevate him. Some called him God Living. His channel grew to over 800,000
nowhere near.
subscribers. At the time, his teachings became more intense. Muji taught that the self is an illusion.
We're never, ever, ever going to agree while you are in the state of personhood. This is what is radical.
He told followers to let go of their personal identity. He encouraged them to become nobody.
Don't be anything, don't be anything, don't be nobody. Don't be anybody, don't try to be nobody. You are nobody, you are nothing.
But outsiders felt this message was risky, because once somebody lets go of their identity, they become easier to influence.
So the person trying to be nobody is a dangerous thing. Like meeting nobody people is a dangerous thing. And this is how cult leaders will abuse you.
However, these warnings didn't slow down the movement. Muji became so influential that he created a world of his own. In 2011, Muji opened what he called a Center for Self-Realization. It was located in the mountains of Portugal. 40 to 60 people lived there full time, but
they really
thousands
be, like, controlling
visited
these people?
regularly. It was because of this community that people began asking if the group was a cult. The first concern was about how followers seemed to worship Muji. They reportedly
crazy.
bowed to him. Some even kissed his feet. There were also claims that he sold photos of his feet as spiritual items.
As of today, April 5th, he is still.
Oh, April 5th. That's my beat it.
As spiritual items.
As of today, April 5th, he is still selling pictures of his feet on the.
And you know what? You know, like, if you're in a cult, I blame you, because, like, they just do stuff that makes you, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, you being a foot model now? You supposed to be giving me spiritual awakening. Now I'm praising your feet. Like, what are you talking about, bro? If you wanted to be a foot model, you could have been did that, bro. But you just created a cult. And like I said, bro, if you want a cult, bro, I blame you, bro, because you allowed yourself to get to that mental state, bro, to where you could be controlled by, like, a blind person, bro. But you can be saved, because we're all blinded. We all are blind. But your eyes can be opened through accepting Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. And then your eyes will truly open. Through this, they like you're blind, like you're already blind, but they're just putting their hand over you, making you more blind. And they probably might add the other hand. So, like, it could be extra blind. They're blinding you even more. Don't follow these human beings, bro. Follow Jesus Christ. One true living God. God came down and became flesh. And flesh lived.
This website.
Then something happened that took things from strange to dangerous. In 2017, 2 of Muji's followers passed away under suspicious circumstances. That moment put the group in the spotlight. Now people had questions. Were members safe? What was really happening inside the retreat? Reporters were determined to get to the bottom of it. In 2019, a journalist published an expose. It was titled "Becoming
What is she the one that
God
exposed
Inside
old dude?
Muji's Portugal Cult." The reporter interviewed former members, and the allegations were serious.
Multiple reports against him, people coming out saying that he's sleeping with women there, he has multiple different partners.
That's not what
Others
God is
described the environment as controlling. Some said they experienced PTSD from their time there.
People were feeling trapped, bullied, there's a lot of mind control going on.
Muji denied the accusations. He called
What
them
do you think he was saying to, like, get in the draws, though? He was like, if you want to become, if you want to become a god, you gotta let God hit you. Bet. All right.
Intentional,
like saying like he was God. You know what I mean? All right.
And malicious
Video's
attack.
almost over.
His loyal followers stood by him. Some defended him in comment sections. One wrote, "I could never possibly express."
Lord, forgive me for even using. Lord, forgive me for using your name in such a manner Forgive me, Father. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Gratitude that I have for my master in words. It hurts my heart hearing such untrue gossip about him. Others made videos expressing their support.
But my experience is that Shrimuji has always loved me too much to see me as merely a woman.
Despite these allegations, no criminal charges were filed. Today, Muji's YouTube channel is still up, and his community in Portugal still exists.
Wow.
We all want to belong somewhere. That's not a flaw. It's what makes us human. But my friends, a real community doesn't control you. It pushes you to become better. Visual Venture.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, before you go, make sure you guys
I'm out of here, Brody. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. What the hell? I'm not watching that. I don't think I am. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all that good stuff, bro. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, man. Don't follow these human beings, bro. They're only going to continue to blind you, man. Jesus Christ will open up your eyes, and then he's an amazing person, man. You could talk about him all day.